Today we are in Norfolk, Virginia, and what you are looking at here is the USS Wisconsin, or Battleship Wisconsin, as it is also called. And this is one massive ship. We've come here to take a quick look at it. It's a permanent museum ship at this point, and we're going to take a little tour on board and see what it looks like from the other side. That building you see to the left is part of Nauticus, which is a maritime-themed museum that you can go and see naval artifacts and all sorts of neat things in there. They are the operators of what is now the tours on this battleship. All right, on board now, and on the main deck that you come to as you come across the gangplank, I guess you would call it. Now, let me make a quick disclaimer. I was never in the Navy. I was in the Air Force, so a lot of these terms I probably will get wrong. I realize that up front. I do the best I can. So if you want to just throw a comment down below what I should have called something, I won't take offense to it. We'll all learn from this together. Anyway, back to what I was about to say, and that is coming on board. If you show proof that you were prior military, you can get a discount, or if you're current military, and it gives you a little bit off on the ticket price to get on the battleship here. Whatever you do, don't call it a boat. My wife made that mistake, and it was not a good thing. And let's take a quick walk around. Also, I'll make two versions of this video. The reason I'm going to do that is I realized that a lot of people over the course of the 57 years this ship was in operation served on this ship, and I'm sure they might want to see some particular part walking around, and that may be interesting to somebody who served on it, but might be boring to somebody who just wanted to take a quick look to see what it looks like. So I'll make this one a quick video, and then what I'll do is I'll walk around and just show some of the areas without talking, and make a long, really boring to most people video that has a little bit more detail. And just in case you wanted to see what it looks like now compared to maybe when you served or when you had a relative serve on this. If you did have time on this battleship during your active duty, or knew somebody who did, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to post any stories you might have or comments about it. And I am in awe of what I'm seeing here. Now we're heading towards the back of the ship, or the stern, and these guns are just massive. I can't imagine being on the receiving end of one of these when they were going off. But this should give you a sense of the sheer scale of this deck we're on, by how long it takes me to get to the back. But this is truly amazing in size. Now this was one of the Iowa-class battleships. There were 4 of them built, and as far as I know, I think these were like the largest ones the U.S. Navy's ever had, as far as battleships go, I believe. That might not be right. If I'm not, let me know. Now this thing was designed, I believe, around 1938, and I think they started on it in 1939. But it didn't roll out, or wasn't commissioned, or I don't know what the word is for it. It wasn't put into service until December 7th, 1943, which was the 2nd anniversary of the Pearl Harbor bombing by Japan, which brought the U.S. into World War II. Now, if you look back on this battleship's history, it spans quite a long time. 57 years, I believe, is what I read when I came in. And it saw service at the tail end of World War II, the Korean War, and even though it was decommissioned in the 80s, it was brought back, and it served in the Gulf War. And then on its 57th anniversary, December 7th, 2000, it was rolled into here and made into a museum ship. Very nice. All right, heading the opposite direction towards the front of the ship, or the bow. I'm not sure if you can pick this up in the video, but it's actually uphill. The deck, from the side view, it probably looks like it curves and goes upwards fairly sharply. It's a little bit of an uphill walk at this point. All right, I do have a rant, and it's about these Christmas lights. It's just about covered in Christmas lights, and the main guns are wrapped like peppermint sticks on the front side. The back ones aren't. And I'm not against Christmas lights, don't get me wrong. If you come to my house right now, you'd see Christmas lights on my front porch. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but this ship deserves respect and honor for its service, and I just think the curator of this museum has missed the mark. Maybe I'm overreacting. You can let me know in the comments what you think of it, but I wouldn't have done this if maintaining this ship was my job. I wouldn't have it covered like it is. All right, I'll just drop that and leave it as it is, but I just had to mention it. Now I'm walking around, I see 6 of the main battery there in the front, and then there was 3 in the rear, so a total of 9 of the 16-inch guns, the larger ones. And then I believe the secondary battery had about 20 of the 5-inch guns. You can see those off to the right there. Now those main guns, they could shoot a projectile 20 miles, which is hard to fathom if you've not seen it happen. That would be a target that you don't even see with your eye. You'd have to target it in other ways. Very impressive. Not the lights part, but the guns. Now looking at that, those appear to be rocket launchers of some sort. I'm not sure which configuration we're looking at on this ship, if they brought it back to an older configuration after it was decommissioned to look more like the World War II era ship that it was, or if these are more modern weapons that were around during the Gulf War time frame. Because here's more of them here. These are folded up. I guess they come out of the box when you deploy them and get them ready to fire. There's another one there. Neat. Let's head down below. So I'm guessing this would have been officers' quarters here, since it's a single room by itself. I would imagine the enlisted guys had a lot of bunks and more open tight quarters. I'm guessing this would be the mess deck where you grab lunch. And like I said, we'll make a longer video if you want to see more of the walking around parts. And here's the post office. Guess you would pick up your mail here. Actually, that looks like the pickup window there. These look a little nicer over here. They all have privacy curtains on them. Maybe the other ones did and they just removed them for the display.
Me and another buddy said that. Well, left like that, so he missed.
That's a very important spot on the ship. This is where you pick up your food. Got some burgers there. Yeah, I can imagine that was quite a job feeding as many people as was on this ship.
Food service is off.
All right, this has been the quick version video. If you want the longer one, look for that one on my channel as well. It's going to be just nothing but walking around and stuff. I will end this one right here on board the USS Wisconsin, or Battleship Wisconsin, in the kitchen. See ya.